I don't know. It keeps saying going live. What is up, G Spotters? Welcome to another episode of Courtney G Spot live on a Monday night. Here we are doing what we do best. You guys missed us. I know you did because you came here to join the club. You're here to build a community with us. This is what we are doing. Episode 40. Can you believe it? Can you believe you've seen my face 40 times? If you haven't, you should go back and watch the episode. Well, we'll say 38 because a couple of those beginning ones were a little bit sad. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for clicking on this. Hope you enjoy this. Like, subscribe, join the live conversation. We try to do this Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to balance out the universe, but there's a lot of times we don't make it on those nights because of real life situations. We are real people just like you. That is what we were making this for. If you read the description of this one and you understood the description of this one, you are the right people to be involved in this conversation. So join us live is the best time to be here because we usually have a number. We should probably get our phone going back, but we want to be informed of what is going on in your world. We want to know what the people are doing. We want to compare stories, and we can give a little bit of advice here, or maybe you can tell us something we don't know. And when I say us, there's a couple people we have in the background tonight. DC, what's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? I hope you are doing well. I can't. Shh. It's just so rude.
It's so ding dongs. He's got his ding dong on. DC's usually here. He's our co-host. If you don't know this, you should know this.
Yes. I hope you guys are doing well. At least for what I could tell, most of you guys out there got your tax monies, so I hope you're living it up.
I think that everybody's spending on the VRs. I'm finding out Oculus has been sold out in like a 50-mile radius. So I think that's what everybody's doing now.
I got my buddy today, and freaking Losi Mini T 2.0s are just not under $200 anymore.
I don't even know what that is.
When they came out, they were $140. So,
also, back joining us, he's been gone for years, but he's back live via the live. Twos in the house.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, buddy?
You did try to raise ghosts too much tonight. You forgot what a real person
We were going to start a segment tonight. I got a walkie-talkie I found in my drawer. We're going to see if we can contact some spirits tonight. Maybe we can get a little segment of afterlife on the spot. Or spotting ghost with the G's. We'll come up with a name.
Bare minimum, angry comptroller.
Yeah. Some guy out there trying to communicate with another trucker to discuss.
I think it would just be funny if we got anybody.
Yeah, we want to find. We got 22 channels here.
How funny would that be if we actually got somebody out there and told them what we were doing? Like our first random real live person was on a walkie.
Yeah, we'll have a real life conversation with somebody old school. Maybe we'll talk to somebody in the past. You all seen that movie, right?
Oh.
He gets on that. What's that called? White noise, where he gets on that radio frequency, and he talks to his dead dog or his future kid or his past grandmother or something. I don't know. I don't remember the movie, but it was great. It was a great movie. You guys should check it out. I don't know. But what are we going to talk about tonight, guys? We didn't really have a powwow. We usually have a powwow before. Everybody got here a little late. A couple of us weren't feeling a little happy tonight. Some of us are a little distracted, and the rest of us don't know what's going on. So to top it off, you should like and subscribe. Maybe join the conversation. Give us something to talk about. For now, hey, did you hear about the Kobe thing? I will say this. I did hear this on the radio. A little bringing up the Kobe thing. We talked about the little accident that happened a while back. You might have heard of it. The pilot apparently was known for not following the rules and had several violations up to this point about not listening to his commanding officers discussing improper flight stuff, doing things you shouldn't do. Obviously, McDonald's would kick you out for a day or two for flipping cheeseburger wrong or something. He got suspended here and there or something like that for improper flight stuff. So that
it was here and there. So
it wasn't his first time. This wasn't his first offense.
So it was definitely quote unquote his MO.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was known.
Where's the information from?
The radio.
Okay.
So I'm sure the radio.
As long as it wasn't TMZ.
No, I don't watch
because
that crap.
TMZ apparently butchered that report. The first 3 or 4 hours was so wrong, and then they had to go back and do a bunch of damage control.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about TMZ style.
There was 2 different coaches who they thought were on the plane who were not, and then they had to go back and just be like, "No, I'm alive. I'm
Yeah.
not dead. Please don't say that."
Yeah, where do you
And
get your
then
information from?
They said that they were implying that Kobe's wife and all of his children were on the plane, so that like his whole family was dead, and
Yeah.
his wife was
No.
just all like,
Like,
"No,
no.
very much alive.
Yeah, no.
Pretty much don't want to do this right now."
In fact, like days afterwards, those extremely intelligent reporters reported on the fact that Kobe's wife was sad. Did you guys know Kobe's wife was sad after he died?
Shit.
Because the reporters made sure to put a headline about that shit. Oh my gosh, I hate paparazzi. That's one of those.
Kobe's wife beside herself.
Oh, just
after death.
yeah. Oh, you think so?
No way.
She's jumping in the streets, like clapping her hands. Goddamn time. No, not at all.
I'm pretty sure he was worth a lot more alive
Yeah,
than any
Way
life
more.
insurance contract
Well, I don't
he could
know.
have ever had.
I don't know. Picasso got famous after he died.
Well, Kobe was definitely way
Yeah, basketball
famous.
players. It's not like art. They don't
He-
get
like-
better
like
after
you
they
said
die.
the other day.
Beethoven.
Maybe his cards will go up in value. a little
I'm sure they
bit,
will.
but-
I'm sure they will. At least for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's what happened after 9/11. Everybody, you remember that song that everybody got excited about, that country song?
I guess the stocks are still down a little bit around the coronavirus. I thought that was getting better.
Well, wait for March. I heard March because everything's these people that are coming
So
up
I
with
need
these
to hurry up
cures.
and get my money in now.
Yes, because the people that are getting these cures and stuff are the ones that are releasing this information, getting onto the market so they can shoot to the moon.
So what's up with the universal? Are you guys? There are some companies out there who are talking about a universal.
Get a name. We need a name. Cure?
Not a cure. There's a specific word. It's a
Antibody?
something like that.
Something that'll fight it.
Vaccination.
Vaccination.
God, I'm sorry. I'm just really tired.
You're good. You want some coffee?
Maybe.
Okay. There's some in
Maybe.
the. You want some pot? I mean, so there's coffee in the pot.
We'll talk later.
Okay. So if you know anything about vaccinations, tell us.
Yeah, so I guess these guys, the point is that these guys are coming up with this universal vaccination, and it's a one shot for the rest of your life kind of deal.
Right.
The problem is,
Yes.
They're on the level of testing the vaccination on pigs, which is perfectly legal.
Yep.
Legal, you can do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because pigs signed away their permission a long time ago when they agreed to be bacon.
They're saying that out of all of the animals in the entire animal kingdom, including chimps, pigs have the closest immune system to human beings.
That's interesting.
Yes. That's why they always use vaccinations on them.
Then why can't we have orgasms like pigs?
Whoa.
Look it up. All right. So what we need to know is these companies that are having these vaccinations and coming up with these. That's part of what this ONTX, this one that we've been talking about for a couple weeks now.
The issue that they're having is they're having issues getting people to say that it's okay
Mhm.
to start human trials.
Yeah.
They
Go
are
to
at
China.
they are at the point. Well, guess where they're at right now? Testing pigs in China, because it's the only country that is letting them do it right now.
Yeah, because they're like, we need a cure. Hurry up. Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yes.
Okay.
I think there's another project in Brazil as well with pigs that they're trying to. This is like a separate thing.
What's wrong with Brazil? They have corona?
No,
Everybody's
it's
got corona.
that's just like
No,
where
that's
that
Mexico.
particular facility is located.
Okay.
It's like an internship program. I don't know. A lot of these documentaries are on Netflix.
Okay.
There's like 3 of them.
Oh.
There's one
so are
called-
they real?
Well,
Oh.
I'm not trying. I'm just.
I know what you're saying. The particular one and it's like a whole series. It's
I'm not
called
saying
Pandemic.
Netflix produces products that are not real. I'm just saying sometimes there are things that seep through the cracks. I was very upset about
Yes.
Ancient Aliens.
Yes.
Look it up.
Yes, there are a handful of documentaries where you're just like, this one,
Michael Moore style pushing that. You know what I mean?
This one was
Editing a lot.
not that bad because it talks about a subject that, I mean, a lot of people on both sides of the politics are just like, no, we pretty much agree on this. Like,
Okay.
the flu is bad.
Yes. So
We
that's
need
why
a cure for
essentially,
the flu.
well, I feel just every few years they come up with a new name for the flu. It was the West Nile virus, and now it's Corona.
Well, and they explain that too.
Soon it's going to be Susie Q's problem.
They call it. They have a different name.
Susie Q
because
problems virus.
It's like different strains, which they said It's like H1N1. I think is supposed to be.
That's the corona. Oh no, that's the West Nile.
That's
No, that's AIDS. Wait, shit.
It's that's H1N1. I believe is bird flu.
Yeah. So we got birds. We got mosquitoes. No.
And it's the Chinese are the ones who actually came up with those names, like bird flu and swine flu. They're the ones
because they're basing it off their calendar.
No
dragon flu
because that's where. Oh my god!
I don't want the dragon flu, bro.
That's where the flu strain comes from. It comes from Asian species like birds.
So Chinese people be having sex with chickens and pigs?
No.
Okay.
So it's basically the farmer has the flu.
Okay.
And the flu is universal between humans and animals.
Okay.
We can pass the flu to each other.
So he's making out with chickens.
No.
Do we know this?
Dude, we don't know.
Yeah, we fact check this.
We don't know what those Chinese people are doing.
Remember how AIDS started?
Well, yeah, but I don't think that's the case in this.
And why hasn't anything crazier popped up? Because people are still doing that.
No baby chicken egg people?
I don't know. Something weird.
Well, let's talk about that. Are people still like...
Yes. Because people...
I don't want to say weird. Look, but...
You don't look.
Don't look.
Don't look.
I mean, well, I'm going to say, yeah, sure, but is it monkeys, though?
It's everything.
I think it's anything you can catch and stick it with the...
If it's big enough.
I feel like in the world of degenerates, they're just all like, no, everything's on the table, but no monkeys. Like, we learned our lesson.
I think that's why they came up with furries, the people that do the furry stuff.
Maybe monkeys are a little too
maybe
hostile in this situation.
Yes, you're an animal you can control. Why are we talking about this?
Can we get the numbers and the statistics on this? Have the numbers lowered
Hey, Google.
in comparison to the number of furries that have went up?
Since 1990, how many people?
What the ratio? Like the exact question would be. The smart question would be the exact ratio between furries and people who have sex, what that fluctuation would be. Has the number of furries went up in comparison to the number of people who have sex with animals gone down? Thanks to technology. And
because people can get you now.
and hentai and internet. Thanks to those tools, we have now decreased the number of people physically having sex with animals.
I don't even like saying the word, but I feel like rape is still the same. You know, like things like that, even with the internet.
I want to talk about something.
Oh god.
Okay. I'm gonna change.
You guys ready for this?
This is.
It's okay. We're not getting
by the way, like and subscribe if you're catching on to what we're getting here.
Here in a second, it's about to get a little rated R. Okay. Maybe a little bit
no children. Every child is
not above the age of 18. Please leave.
Please leave.
It is.
I recommend 21.
Yeah.
These 21-year-olds.
21's a good one.
Nowadays, you might need to be over 25. So your feelings don't get too.
I think 30.
I do want to talk about it though because it is kind of weird and it may be a problem, so we should bring it to an attention.
Okay, here we go.
So there are some videos on Pornhub where there are webcam girls. That's the new thing, right?
Yes.
So there are webcam girls.
Testing.
There are webcam girls who are quote unquote orgasming and such using the filter app where they have dog ears and the dog face and cat ears and the cat face. And that's now starting to become a more than it should be trend.
Yeah. Did you know girls fart on pies?
Well,
that's a thing.
Okay. And you know what?
Hold on.
Okay. I'm gonna stop.
Sorry, can I interject here, please? What I'm reading is just too good.
We're gonna pause this.
Okay.
We're gonna pause this.
Okay.
So
DC's
you were talking about how bestiality is pretty much rape.
Still a thing.
Bestiality. That was the word I was
Bestiality
thinking
is pretty much rape. Okay.
Like and subscribe, guys.
So bestiality is, in many cultures,
God, we are never going to get promoted.
Considered close to rape. Since an animal can't responsibly make an informed decision on his own sexual activity.
When was this posted? I feel like this should have been known for a long time. 2014.
Yeah. So there are people who are trying to fight these laws.
Oh my god!
The cat just attacked.
You said bestiality and the cat whooped your ass.
He's like, how dare you, sir?
I love people.
I do not condone that.
Oh my gosh. I wish you guys could have seen that. The cat literally jumped up the back of his chair and attacked him in the middle of this sentence. What? Was that an act enacted? Like, was this the first time that a law? Because I feel like this law was most.
So I guess most furries truly do care greatly about animals and don't want to see them harmed or abused.
In
So I
Clerks
guess
2, they
would
talk about
say
it.
that most of them shouldn't do that.
They talk about it in Clerks 2.
I believe you're
Where,
correct.
yeah,
because they do that donkey show thing.
Yeah, they do the donkey show and they all go to jail.
Yeah.
And the guy who's Kelly,
Yeah.
he's
Guys, if we can't get a like for a donkey show, let's go.
Yeah, you guys need to grow up.
Where's everybody at? We lost everybody.
We're-
at 2.
One of them is you. The other one's a YouTube moderator going, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Twos. Well, he's not. He doesn't have play press. Whatever.
It's not even you because you're not even pushing play.
well, I see.
Oh,
Here's the
we
thing,
got a
though.
third,
But
that's you.
I can never play live on my
Oh, yeah,
phone,
that's
but
right.
the chat is always live,
Oh,
and it
okay.
still counts me every
Tyler,
single time I go in.
bro,
Dude.
you've just missed
Welcome.
the best 15 minutes of eternal entertainment history.
Dude, right before you got in, we were talking about a donkey show. I mean, come on.
This is where we're at right now. Okay, you ready for this? So we're trying to, what was the question?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we didn't have a question. I don't think I had a question. I think we were just led into
Yeah,
stuff.
we were about to get. It was supposed to get really heavy.
It was going to get really heavy.
Because you said something about, is it, because we figured out it is considered rape to have sex with an animal. Obviously.
Hold on. We can fix this.
How can we fix this? What do we want to fix this? We should keep it rape.
I was gonna say you need to bring it back like 5 minutes on your phone so we can figure out what we were talking about.
Yeah. Hey.
We have this thing. We are smarter than this,
We
gentlemen.
have technology. We can. Do you need headphones? I have headphones. Hey, you can be the headphone guy. Tyler, how you doing tonight, buddy? What do you want to talk about? We're talking about furries. We're talking about. Are we loud and distorted?
It was further ahead than that.
I feel like we're distorting. Do I need to move the mic? Tyler, I apologize if our audio is distorted. We're listening to our own show on our show. This is quality TV right here. Okay, I'm gonna put the mic over here. How's this? Maybe that's.
Can they still hear us?
Can you hear? Tyler, can you hear twos?
Testing.
Nothing's too over the top.
Yeah, it was after that.
It was a fart pie.
Oh,
I said fart pie.
Okay. So
Testing 1 2.
that's right, you did.
Okay, fart pie. Videos of girls farting on pies.
Okay, and what I was going to say was,
This is gross.
90s me, little kid 90s me would have said, yeah, that's totally on the internet. It's perfectly normal. It's on the internet. It's a thing. Today,
There's a word for it.
Today, what if I told you there was more of that, what we were talking about earlier, the filter where girls make their faces dog faces?
Yeah, that's
and
what it
cat
was.
faces?
Girls are putting like doggy faces and
Webcam
stuff on
girls.
webcam girls while they're doing their little playing piano.
I call it DJ Scribble.
DJ Scribble.
Basically, that is 10 times more rampant than farting on pies.
Yes. Yes, I would probably.
Which now,
I would agree.
it's rampant to a point where it's now normal.
But
That's the normal.
But I think anything's normal now because you're not allowed to judge at
Back
all.
in the 90s, fart pies on the internet were normal.
2 girls, 1 cup on the internet was normal. You don't know what that is. Look that shit up. Good luck.
So,
Don't come back and yell at me.
Let's talk about this. You're in
Go to
hell.
bed, please. Please, God, there's no kids watching this. Please, parents. This is not YouTube's responsibility. They should not be watching this show right here. YouTube, you're free of charge on this one. Give us a thumbs up, like.
Got you, YouTube.
Okay.
This is the parents' responsibility. I agree with that.
I'm going to ask an ultimatum question. Now
Ultimatum
that the
question.
disclaimer has been put out, I'm going to ask an ultimatum question. Okay,
We need that parental advisory sticker in the corner. I thought about this the other day. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Put it up on the board.
If you're in hell
Mm-hmm.
and you only got 2 types of porn that you can choose from,
Uh-huh.
2 girls in 1 cup, or a girl getting railed by a horse. Ready to go.
Horse.
I reluctantly say horse.
I got to be honest with you.
I
I got to be honest with you.
enthusiastically say horse. Just for the record.
I've never seen the 2 girls in 1 cup video.
Do not. Just don't.
So-
Just don't.
Well,
Just don't.
You know,
I
You
know,
know,
so it's
'cause
like,
you've heard.
why?
why? Yeah, absolutely. Why? Why would anybody do this? Why
It's like
would
when
any-
someone takes a shit in the bathroom, you're like, oh, it smells really bad. And that you have that one asshole in your family who runs in and sticks their head in the bathroom and goes, oh, God, that's terrible.
Come
It's
look
like,
at this guy.
and
Yeah,
it's like, yeah,
yeah, we know.
I don't
No,
want to be that guy.
no, yeah, no. And
I don't
there's
know. Why was that a thing? Like,
Because
why
it
did
was so-
one person watch that and say, "Oh my God, nobody else needs to see this"? People had parties, where, like movie viewings of this damn video.
little reaction. This is some of the first reaction videos I actually remember.
Yeah.
About people actually reacting to watching that and then throwing up. And then that's how I
throwing
watched.
up or dying.
So-
or
Yeah,
I
The
do
worst
have
having a
a
thing-
small seizure. Like
Just-
it
just
is horrible.
Why? But that brings up the why question. What the hell is wrong with people?
This
And
was
we
this
wanna
was
even-
also YouTube 10 years ago, but I drew the line at reaction videos. That's how bad it got.
Watching people watch.
And a channel where they are having a reaction to somebody having to a compilation, in fact, of other people reacting to this video. So it's like Inception.
And we
It's
can't
YouTube
get
Inception.
10 people to watch our show. You people are stupid. Tyler, you're
It's
not.
not the people's fault. I think YouTube's really freaking backdoored us, man.
We're on YouTube's back door. We don't like it back here. It stinks.
Yeah.
You get it?
We just want you guys to.
We are the G spot. Like we people need to find us.
Yeah, they do.
That's what's so mysterious. Just figured it out. Nobody knows where the G spot is.
Oh no!
I learned about this in the 90s.
Is that why YouTube is putting us in the back because
For
they're
those
like,
of you who don't know where the G spot is,
It's
kind
about-
of like a house.
Like okay.
You open the front door.
Yeah.
There's a set of stairs right in front of the front door.
Yeah.
There's the rest of the house.
Yeah.
There's the first floor.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
go straight up the stairs.
Yeah.
As soon as you get up to the stairs, there's a bedroom off to the right.
Yeah.
Go around the corner, and you're there.
Boom. Right near that chandelier.
Yeah.
Look up.
Done.
You win, guys. Is YouTube, did you need help finding this? Is that what it is? YouTube.
they're doing it to us, man. They're doing it to
They
us.
just
They're
don't
like, nobody could ever find the G spot, so we're just gonna not
Yeah.
not promote them.
Then we're not going to promote the G spot.
And then
It's
people-
not even real.
People will have to find it.
So
So
like the clip.
we'll.
By the way, happy anniversary on your 40th episode.
Oh.
Everyone just learned where the G spot is on the G spot channel.
Yay. See, we are educational. Do you guys understand this?
Yeah, but Tyler, you're subscribed, correct?
It was on your homepage. It should be on your homepage because you are a homie.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
But yeah.
Where's-
He's
where's-
even got the bell on. Can we get Tyler a shirt, please?
Yeah, hell.
Oh my
I
God.
got one in my basket over there. Just grab one.
Okay.
See that one on top, that orange one? Yeah, we'll give him this one. Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's Dexter's.
No, that's cool. Hey, Tyler, we got you a shirt, buddy. Check it out. It's got a dinosaur on it. And it says RAR. I think he's got robot arms. Give me your address, you know, man. To you. Courtesy of the show. Our first t-shirt we were giving out. I want you to wear it.
Sweet.
I'm going to slowly give all my clothes away. That's what we should do. I'm just going to slowly give my clothes away on the show.
This is his size.
It might be.
Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah,
You're a good sport.
this is the shit.
You're the best.
Uh,
we're actually going to get you something whenever we actually come up with products. You know, when one day the world finds the G spot,
Yeah, as soon as they find this, Tyler, you're the only one apparently knows what this is.
that's what it is. That's the joke.
And what's funny is he likes guys. So you're even better than most straight dudes. High five to you, Tyler.
I think that's actually a thing.
Well, he likes them both.
Oh,
So he started off at the G spot.
God, what a greedy Gert.
Yeah, he likes it all.
I think
I think he's taking up to all the
I think if
film.
you even go all the way to the other side, you usually start.
See, he found it before he changed over. He went from G spot to D spot.
Hey.
What up, dog? Hey, I'm gonna send you the T-shirt. I might see if I can shrink it a little bit more first.
Straight up.
What do you want to talk about, Tyler? What's going on in your world? Did you hear about Kobe? We talked about it at the beginning of the show. That guy was an asshole driving that helicopter. And Michael Jordan cried because I saw it on Facebook.
Oh,
Oh, that makes sense because
it does. I mean, hey, you have to imagine they were probably best friends at that point.
oh yeah,
I was never really into sports, so like Kobe's just some other famous person to me, but So I understand that they meant a lot to other people, and he did do like great things with the basketball.
Testing. Knock, 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 knock. Anybody there?
What do you gonna do if he gets?
Oh, by the way, guys, I have a walkie-talkie, and I'm trying to find somebody on the other end. I'm flipping through channels slowly because I don't have a scan button. We're trying to figure out if anybody's out there. Knows the reference. In the description, I said, "Is there anybody out there? Just like if you can hear me." And I said, "If you get this reference, you belong on the show." Pink Floyd still out there. So anyway, like and subscribe, guys, girls, trannies.
So I know we normally have topics, and in reality, I only have one topic.
Oh, you got a topic?
I have one topic.
We got a topic, guys. I'm excited. We made it almost halfway through the show with no topics.
Yeah. If you guys
if you don't understand that's entertainment, you should pay attention to the world around you. They'd rather listen to 2 Chainz or whatever crap.
Or the guy that just came back from his 30-day break.
Who's it? What's that mean?
PewPie.
Oh, shit.
So I didn't even realize. But
What's the topic?
that's the topic.
Oh, God. That's what you came to the table with tonight?
That's what I came to the
You're going to
table
talk
with
about
tonight.
this guy?
I got it. Yeah, so I actually remember watching
That doesn't
video.
do anything?
Actually, he was talking about that himself.
Yeah, I know.
How do you know? Did you watch the video?
No, not that one, but I've heard him talk about things, the fact that I don't do anything before. So this is a reoccurring thing, him realizing I don't do anything.
Okay, well, now he's trying to change. He actually wants to get out there and,
And do what?
do actual, what do you call it? Fruitful stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to just sit there and review memes and shit like that, because that's obviously boring, even though he does like it. He's not saying that it's not what he wants to do anymore. He just
So what is
realizes
his idea?
that
Because
he needs
he's
to do more.
so good at...
Well, he's not going to tell us. You got to watch the next episode, bro.
I bet you have better ideas. I'm
I
just
want him
saying.
to say it. I want him to say it.
What?
What his idea was.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, let's say that we did steal his idea, and then we got 10 million views tomorrow.
I don't think that's how it works.
So, yeah, you should say your idea.
I think PewDiePie gets 5 million views every video because that many people just have been watching him.
But
for so
what we
many
need
years
is 5 million people to come over and yell and scream at me about me stealing his idea.
I could put us on the map. That's
What
a
if we
reaction,
just-
and
what if we
everybody's
just,
like,
How much money does he make?
Like rap battles. We could...
PewDiePie?
Like,
Oh my
you know how
god! You don't even
MGK...
want to know.
MGK called out
That's
him,
what I'm
right?
saying,
What
like-
if we called out PewDiePie? What if we called him Pewdie crap?
Oh man,
Or
you're so
I don't want to.
so evil.
I don't want to be in a scenario.
I hope Pewdie cries.
I don't think I ever want to be in a scenario where I'm Machine Gun Kelly and PewDiePie.
You know
is
what's
flying
even
around.
more
No,
offensive?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
PewDiePie is literally a month younger than me.
YouTube, I hate you.
It's not YouTube's fault. It's not PewDiePie's fault, but it's
YouTube's
a sad realization, realizing that this guy's worth $30 million.
This is YouTube's fault. I blame YouTube.
Because
And we were born in the same age, pretty
because
much.
we say shit and fuck.
And we didn't start, doing whatever he did first.
I also feel like PewDiePie is the best way to explain, like, what's a millennial?
I'm not a millennial. I just said he's a month younger than me.
Testing.
I feel
Knock, knock. Anybody out there?
I feel like it's the poster boy for it.
You hear about millennial monopoly? For real? That's the thing. Monopoly.
Oh yeah.
I think we talked about this at one point.
Yeah,
I
everyone-
do have another subject.
What's that?
Bro, did you hear about Gucci Play-Doh?
What?
You say, yeah, right?
I'm gonna.
Okay, so
Before we hear this crap, like and subscribe.
Gucci brand.
No.
Okay.
So this is what I'm calling it. So Play-Doh itself has come out with Play-Doh Plus,
Okay.
which is softer
Okay.
and smoother.
Okay.
That's why I call it Gucci Play-Doh, because it's
Okay.
like name brand Play-Doh or something, because it's like nice and silky and soft.
So is that just a new formula? Or are they just saying that we have this off-brand of Play-Doh that we're going to charge?
Are they just going to have both of them on the shelf? Or you get to pick one?
Yeah. You have regular Play-Doh and Gucci Play-Doh now.
Cool.
I didn't know we needed premium Play-Doh, but I thought Play-Doh was just fine the way it was.
Yeah, why did Play-Doh have to bring classes into this?
Yeah, why does there have to be softer?
So much segregation anymore, right?
Right.
You took Play-Doh and you turned it into a class struggle.
My Play-Doh is better than your Play-Doh. No, my Play-Doh.
I got good Play-Doh Plus.
I have Gucci Play-Doh.
Yeah, you started that. That's your fault.
Gucci Play-Doh, I'm telling you.
You really had me. I was like, Gucci brand Play-Doh.
That would be annoying.
They would just throw their fucking name on anything.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Damn.
I would confuse a lot of people until Play-Doh Plus is actually like a well-known thing.
Holy cow. Well, at least scientists are working on things.
Important. We got the coronavirus going on, and they're like, hey, we invented softer and smoother Play-Doh.
Maybe we should work on traffic lights that know how to read traffic. Maybe the police should do a little bit better
speaking
job.
of traffic lights, where is it from here to the? I don't know
Maybe these
anything.
drones should watch these morons driving around.
Crossing College over there by the VA.
Uh-huh.
If you're coming down the hill there,
Uh-huh. By the bike shop.
you know how that intersection
Uh-huh.
it goes per side. It's not one way.
Yeah, it
one
doesn't
way.
one at a time.
So my side the other day got skipped 4 times. 4 fucking times. Full fucking line of cars. It wasn't just me, my little tiny black car. No, it was a full line of fucking cars up and over the hill. 4 times our section got skipped. I was like, this light is bullshit.
Yeah, and there's nothing. See, I always wonder, who do you complain about that stuff to? Because nobody cares. These traffic lights all the time. It's 2020 again. We have sex robots that look like supermodels.
I tell you what, man, I blew through a toll booth.
Good job,
once.
government.
I blew through a toll booth once trying to avoid paying the fare.
Yeah,
And
I had a call
that
right
camera-
number the other day.
That camera didn't get my license plate. It did get my face, but that's not the point. It got my fucking VIN number off my dash. So if your cameras can get my VIN number off my dash to charge me money, I think we can figure out to make a camera that can visually estimate cars properly and let the right lane go.
Look, there's 14 cars over here and 2 over here. Maybe the 14 should go before the 2 instead of sitting out on the let's do some math. Like
Your local city official will present you with 2 issues. First off, your idea costs way too much money, and second off, your idea makes me no money. So
it makes you lots of money in the revenue that people will take to stop on the way home to do something, knowing that the lights are going to work properly, and you might not get stuck over here or stuck over there, or that place is always backed up because that light sucks.
and then the city official will just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this. How do I make
quit buying those hookers.
Yeah.
That would make you some money. Put down the blow.
1 month of cocaine.
Yeah. Hey, I had a city official offer to blow me one time.
Hey, whoa.
Did you hear that story?
Work.
Yeah, I should tell that story. I told you about that one, right? I told you about that one. That city official offered to blow me over the sunglasses.
What?
I didn't tell you this story.
No, you're going to tell it on the line right now.
You
Let's
guys
go.
ready for this one? I'm not going to give any names to protect the not so innocent. But there's
What
certain
the fuck are you looking at me?
a certain official. I was driving a taxi cab. I had driven a taxi cab for 3 years, so there's plenty of stories to do on this. But we got a 4th one. You ready to listen to this? I had picked up this gentleman, his lady, and 2 other people one night in my taxi cab, which was a van, so it seated everybody perfectly and wonderfully. So the gentleman, who was dressed very nice, very well groomed, sat in the front. His wife, he sat in the very back, and the other couple sat right behind me. And on the way home, the guy in the passenger seat was obviously very drunk, probably in his late 40s, early 40s, somewhere in his 40s. Very nice guy, but drunk, joking around with me, talking about, I beat people up for a living, and pat me on the shoulder and all this stuff. I said, what are you, a bouncer? He's like, no, and just laughs and laughs and laughs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Pull up to his house. Very nice house. And him and his wife in the very back get out of the van and start to walk off. And I look over in the passenger seat, and there is this man's sunglasses sitting in the passenger seat. So I reached over and I grabbed them, and I reached out to him and I said, hey man, you dropped your sunglasses. And he turns to me and looks at me and goes, "Oh, thanks, man. Do you want me to suck your dick?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, I really like these sunglasses." And I said, "Enough to suck a dick?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Well, there's that man's price.
And then I was very confused, and his wife just started slapping him on the head, and they walked towards the house, and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just shocked. And the people in the back seat, they called somebody immediately. And it was like, "You're not going to believe
What the fuck, Jerry?
yeah, you just said in the cab, da, 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 da." And after they got the phone, I said, "Who was that?" Oh, he goes, "Oh, we're just out celebrating. He just got elected judge last week." I was like, "Oh, judge who?" We're like, "Oh, Judge Smith." I was like, "Oh, yeah, Judge Smith." Well, I got his first name because they actually mentioned it. So I looked him up online because there's 3 of them. I found his face. Oddly enough, years later, this guy was actually going to be my judge on the trial. Ended up getting, things changed. I didn't have to face it, but I thought about going up to him and go, "Hey,
Can I suck your dick?
you remember that burger you offered way back then? I kind of need it." But
I would immediately just went sunglasses guy.
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
Ooh, yeah.
Everybody.
He would have just sunk. He probably wouldn't even remember.
If you didn't remember, you'd be like, "What?" You'd be like, "Dude, when you became a judge."
Those people had to have told him. His wife had to have told him the next day what he said. Oddly enough,
absolutely.
also, I picked him up again later on. Like months later, he was also wasted. I tried to film that one. I got a little bit of audio. I really tried to film that
That's
one.
against the law.
Whatever. I didn't get it. It's gone. The tape has been destroyed. It's a cell phone. This was like a decade ago almost. It was just a bad audio. But he was in Taco Bell. He really wanted Taco Bell.
It was a decade ago.
Talking
What did
about
they have
titties.
back then.
Maybe 6 or 7 years ago. But he was talking about titties. It was the same guy. It was so funny. He was wasted. This guy obviously likes to celebrate his victories.
I mean, if I was going to get richer, I think I'd celebrate in a big fashion too.
You're a public official. You got to be careful. I mean, if I really was that dude, if I really was that
I knew
dude,
my job was going to make me like $800,000.
you wouldn't give a shit.
I'd finish this
You wouldn't give a shit.
in one sitting,
Just alive.
just right now.
Thank you for electing me.
Yeah, straight up.
Just
Right on my way back to the locker room.
Why do we get this guy? We got him for 4 years. Can we impeach him? Nah, he's good.
Grab him right by the pussy.
And you become president. I mean, like,
Right,
you become president. That's
You don't become president by not being assertive.
yeah. You got to search yourself.
Insert.
You got to insert yourself into politicians.
Insert yourself into authority.
Into an authority thing. You got finger.
Into an authority finger. Yes.
You got to insert yourself into an authority finger.
Finger.
Yeah.
Insert your finger into
An authority figure. That's what we said.
Yes.
Yes, because I don't think he's.
Subscribe and like, guys.
If you're here at this point,
Who's in the audience? Tyler, I know you're there. Are you
you
watching?
got some random watchers out there.
Are you watching?
I'm watching.
Dang it. That's just all us.
What's up, guys? What's going on out there? Leave
Give
a
us a
like,
thumbs up, a like.
comment. What are you guys up to tonight? Like, that's the purpose of this show. We talk about random.
Call the
things.
number.
Oh, yeah. Call the number.
Pointing at nothing.
Oh, he's pointing at something. It's just not there.
I don't know. We need a rotary phone.
We're still a little discombobulated, guys, but it's going to be taking off very, very soon.
I found one on eBay that was like $80, but it's a replica of the original Batman phone.
I was gonna say,
from
we-
the '60s show.
We had an orange Batman phone at my grandma's house. Tyler, you remember that orange phone at grandma's house? I think it was a rotary phone. It looked like a bat phone.
So the one that we found on eBay, like when you pick up the receiver, there's tiny little buttons on the handheld,
Nice.
but otherwise it's just a red phone with a red blinking light.
Nice.
That's it. It's just
You got a scratch off over there? What are you doing?
Sorry, that made my ADD too happy.
What are you doing? All right, next channel. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna check for ghosts. I'll be right with you. Testing. Knock knock. Anybody there? I'm on channel 5. I should probably be moving quicker. There's 22 channels.
Yeah, the ghosts, man, they're just gonna come and go.
I do know down the road where I used to work, they were on a channel. I just don't know which one. And I used to pick up their crap. I just forgot which channel they were on. Walkie-talkie. You guys have a walkie-talkie at home? You want to talk to me? Give me a call. I'm on channel 5.
Yeah, dear God, how good would that walkie-talkie have to be?
It's 16 miles. That's what it says on the thing. Now, granted, we got hills, so I'm going to give it 12. Anybody within a 12-mile radius want to hit me on a walkie-talkie? I'm on channel 5, about to move to channel 6. Ready?
I want to see if this works.
Testing, knock, knock, channel 6. See? I just said it. What are you doing?
Show me a 16-mile radius of my current location.
Okay, so Fayetteville, because we did this in the D&D game once, Fayetteville is a 10-mile radius.
Really?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's a lot bigger than it sounds, huh? So it would be you hitting a little bit of Springdale down to maybe some West Fork.
Yeah, that 10-mile radius
Fuck.
will include southern
I
Springdale.
said Firk. Yes.
Southern part of Springdale is included in that.
Yes.
10-mile radius.
So that's a pretty big mile radius.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that because you're in a car.
Right.
Seems like 16 miles from here to the mall.
God.
So you know where that little airport is, like South?
Drakefield.
Okay, that's where it stops.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's a
Greenland.
10-mile radius.
We lost a fan. Was that you?
Oh,
That's probably you because you dipped out to do a thing.
no, it's still playing in my little
It
window.
might be me because I'm.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to come back.
I'm fading in and out.
Next channel.
Baby, come back.
What do you guys want to talk about? Hold on.
You can name it.
Testing 1 2. Did you guys have a good weekend? What did we do?
I don't know what we did.
What did we do? What did we do?
I was working.
It was rainy.
Yeah.
A little bit rainy.
It's shitty rain. It's working.
Yeah, we rained shit.
Can I enter a custom bid?
Do we have any more topics for the evening? Anything in the news? Let's Google some news, guys. We're going to do what newscasters do on news shows, and they Google the news stories live on the news show.
I think they only do that when it's breaking news.
Oh, let's break some news then. Let's look for breaking news.
Anybody watch the Fury Wilder fight?
What the hell is that?
If you know about it, you know about it.
All right, Fury Wilder.
I know about it. I saw
Testing 1 2.
So I guess the market's sinking because the coronavirus is spreading.
So people that are worried about their funds
I guess so.
and they don't want to spend it in the market.
Well, I mean, if
Because
you
they're
might
gonna-
get a crazy
Yeah.
virus tomorrow and you need your $50,000 to pay for a vaccine because you don't
They're
want to
pulling
die.
out.
Yeah,
So when are they going to stick it back in?
I don't know. I think
After they're
it's,
done dying?
yeah, after everybody makes it through what they're going to make it through.
But in order to not die, you need a vaccine, which they should take their $50,000
What is happening?
and buy vaccine,
When did this happen?
right?
Developing news, CBS News has confirmed that Daredevil Matt
Testing 1 2. What's the news story?
We're just going to go ahead and play this live because it's only
Okay.
30 seconds long. And
Here's
it
a
sounds
live thing. Ready, guys?
pretty crazy. Here we go. Quiet on set.
Developing news, CBS News has confirmed that Daredevil Mad Mike Hughes died after his homemade rocket crashed just after takeoff near Barstow. Sources say the 64-year-old was using the rocket in an attempt to get as close to space as possible. His empty parachute was seen in that video falling down to the ground. Hughes was ejected from the rocket afterward, and he fell to his death.
So Mad Hughes?
Mad Mike Hughes, who was a daredevil out of Barstow, I guess tried to make a rocket so he could go to space. Yeah, I'm not saying you're
I
wrong,
don't
big
think I've
girl.
heard of his name before.
I don't think so either. I haven't. I
By
thought you were going to say
By the
like
way, Tyler, that is something you cannot say on YouTube.
because it's not on
It
there.
didn't come up.
Oh, apparently, but dumbass. All right.
Yeah. I mean, if you honestly think,
So
no
he-
offense, Mr. Daredevil, I'm sure you did really cool things. I don't know you at all, so I'm sorry.
So he was trying to get as close as possible.
close as possible to space.
He was a flat earther.
Wait, was that him?
Is that true?
That's what Tyler's saying.
Is that true, Tyler?
I would-
Is that
No,
a
can we
funny
confirm
remark?
this? Because there's an actual guy who talked about doing this to prove that the world was flat, and
This
he
might
checked
have
it
been
out twice. Please tell me it's the same guy.
Tyler, is that correct? I bet you Tyler would know this because he's one of those guys that knows things.
If we can confirm that's the same guy, he like tried and launched twice and chickened out.
I think so, but
He's like a huge flat Earth pro.
You fact checking?
Guy.
We're gonna fact check.
Okay, we got some fact check going on in the studio.
I was gonna say we need a fourth party that can just type away.
Because that's
What's your laptop?
It doesn't exist anymore. You told me to take it back.
Well, I thought you were going to get a new one.
I didn't get my money until today.
Oh. Could be fake. Could have been fake news. Well, we're going to fact check this with the Googles. Oh, that's not a good place for a headphone to be. So yeah, to build a rocket. No, did he have an engineering degree? I feel like there should have been some. Did he do it by himself, or
It looked very homemade.
it's got like shed material on it and like?
I mean, it's decent, but it was obviously homemade.
Not made by
you
NASA.
didn't have a very
Well, obviously, but he said he was trying to get as close as possible. Either way, he is still a dumbass. Yeah.
Market Watch is even talking about it. Yep,
Same Mike? Same Mad Mike?
same Mike.
Same Mad Mike.
It says a California man
There
who
you go.
said he
There you
wanted
go.
to fly to the edge of outer space to see if the world is round has died after his home-built rocket blasted off in the desert sky and plunged back to Earth.
Well, did he find out, though?
So the
At least
original thing was
It looks like he made it about like 2,000 feet.
So, no.
No.
Sorry, bro. You died not knowing if the Earth was really flat or not.
Daredevil Flat Earther died.
Couldn't you have just took a really...
There's a whole bunch of articles that are just
Couldn't you
referring
have
to
just
him
took a
as the-
regular plane?
Some people are calling him Daredevil, and there's some article that are calling him the Flat Earther. So you don't
He's
want to be
flat
that
now.
guy, man. You do not want to die being that guy.
They got weather balloons that go really high. Like, and then they got these eye cameras.
I thought the original story was like he was making this to prove that the government was
Lying to us?
Yeah, and then he got to a point where he
Couldn't he have
couldn't.
just made a rocket to send a camera of his
That's what I'm
own
saying
up?
with the weather balloon.
Also, he ran out of money,
Mhm.
and then so he couldn't.
Obviously.
He couldn't finish the rocket, and then he finished the rocket.
Just fill it with unleaded.
And then he said he couldn't take off because he didn't have the fuel. And
Right.
everyone was calling him chicken,
Right.
and because all that.
I prove you wrong.
And then I guess
I would never.
he,
I'm the biggest proprietor of I bet you won't.
he ended up getting.
But
the
I
fuel.
would never. I bet you won't that situation.
It's
If
a
I'm not
space.
ready. I'm not ready, bro. Screw you. That is nuts.
But yeah,
That is nuts.
All right.
I don't.
So-
I don't understand flat earthers though. I've had people try to explain to me it's not about the Earth being flat. It's about governments lying to you. And it's
About
dude,
what?
About just in general. Don't believe the whole thing is what people
Okay,
will say
so
is
let's-
don't believe anything that you're told. And
Right.
It's I could have went with the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah.
And still put the same point across. I
Yeah.
don't understand flat Earth.
Just call it Kennedy ass.
Saying that the world is flat is like saying that my TV runs on sorcery.
Why would anybody
It's such
believe
a
your
medieval thought process?
Yes.
Like I'm remotely willing to accept.
photographs steal your soul?
Actually, I'm highly willing to accept that we faked the moon landing because that's just how the United States is, and
Stanley
nobody can be
Kubrick.
better than us.
We've been figuring out Stanley Kubrick might have had a hand in this. Look this
There's
up.
no way. There's just no way
No.
that flat Earth
Oh,
was ever
excuse
going to
me.
make any sense.
I apologize, audience.
No.
Like and subscribe.
Still a better route to go to get the same point across.
Right? I'll accept faked moon landing.
Hillary
way
Clinton-
before.
Tyler's like, no. Oh my God, nothing was fake.
I could say that Hillary Clinton is a
So
legit
are you
person,
saying
and
Bigfoot's
that's
real?
still a better route to go than saying that the world is
Yeah,
flat.
the world was flat,
Did
stupid.
you disown me if I thought lizard people were real?
That's still better than saying that the world is flat.
I won't disown you. I just want to see proof.
I'm not saying that I've seen proof.
I
I'm
want to
just
see proof
saying
not
that
on YouTube.
I mean, I'm not okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, again,
Nope.
Just logically, I agree with the portion of people that costumes of Bigfoot are real, though.
Okay.
I believe with the people that say there's absolutely no way we can be alone.
I believe that part.
So
I definitely believe there's aliens.
I do not necessarily know what form they would take. I won't say lizard people because that doesn't make sense.
well, they don't have
Here's
to be
what I don't like about aliens.
They could have
Because
scaly skin. We could call them lizard people because we don't know what they're
They're
called.
not aliens.
I
Everything's alien to something that doesn't understand it.
Yeah,
They're aliens to
I'm
chickens.
talking about like aliens, like alien civilizations outside of here.
Yes, UFOs.
I have this theory. What if we're the most advanced ones? That's why.
No,
No.
I'm on the opposite end of
I
that
don't-
scale.
I don't-
I think we're the ants of the universe.
Yes, I would believe that along that line because I do not believe that we are very smart. I feel that we were too stupid to advance ourselves as a giant society. We are dying
But
from
see,
the
that's
flu.
what I'm saying. Like, just based.
We are building rockets because we believe the Earth is flat. Come on now. And people are watching his videos more than ours.
I agree,
Mhm.
but what makes like you're telling me there's a
I feel you on that,
there's
Tyler.
like the chances of a civilization making it work are like slim and none. There could be other civilizations out there that are still stuck in like the Stone Age.
Can we
I
talk
believe
about-
that. I believe that.
Can we take this?
I
It's
believe
kind of
that.
in the same realm, but
Because I
So-
believe that there's billions. I
This-
believe there's both realms.
You say it's like Star Trek?
Yes, there's.
I can see that.
Oh yeah.
okay. So speaking of realms and stuff, so
Uh-huh.
Tyler's comment of convergent evolution is common, so they could look similar to us.
Yes.
Now, this is kind of different, but it made me think of it. So I've heard this term, cognitive conscience, the other day.
Consciousness.
Yeah, cognitive consciousness, or something. Anyways, it's the first word might be wrong, but the point of the thing is where do our inherent instincts come from? Like, how do we, or any animal, how does a deer come out and walk 3 minutes later?
Mhm.
How does it know to do that? How does it know to try to stand up and when this happens, you're not doing it right?
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't even have long enough to look at its mom do that and can comprehend what it needs to do.
Right.
So how do we
Where do
come
these
out?
instincts come from?
Yeah, where do these instincts come from? What is it based on?
Mhm.
Like us as human beings, we have to come from this place. There's got to be a place we come from if we all start at the same level.
It is kind of weird that
What's up, Gina? Thanks for being here, girl.
even single cell organisms have instincts.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
it's like, yeah.
Hypothalamus.
So where did
Is
these?
that what-
But what are
Something as
instincts?
something
It's the
as simple as
pituitary gland.
move,
Hey, did you read this?
divide.
Did you read this? The hypothalamus is that isn't that sac thing that's like right here, right underneath the main part of the brain is that's what in the picture it looks like a sac, I believe.
So-
is that the one on the back? The one that looks like the balls from the back.
So,
Okay, it's the one in the middle. Okay,
so you're trying to say that inherently through evolution,
we have got
just
that.
start with that spot
That
which
wasn't
is
there in the beginning.
base
From
code.
our evolution, that's what we that.
So what did? This is what I hate about evolution because I believe in evolution, but like everybody that doesn't believe in evolution, their best point is okay. Where did it start?
Yeah, that's the
Where did it start?
I
Because
know.
we didn't just go from freaking animals.
We're still evolving.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
pop out of the water and say, okay, we're going to be humans now.
Yeah,
What was that timeline? Where's that first 5
Most
million
of the
years?
people who argue evolution, they're fighting for
Christianity.
they're fighting for their
Religious.
religion, which I always thought was silly when I was growing up because it's like, what if God is so great and powerful? What makes you think that He didn't come up with evolution?
Yeah, maybe he's the one that made it to be and like
Yeah, like why?
Maybe
can't-
Because
maybe
they didn't
the
want to
Big
have to
Bang-
come-
the Big Bang was God going that. Maybe that's what it was.
What
Maybe
if-
we just have words for
the
these
Bible's
things.
been retranslated into like
Thousands of times.
thousands of different languages,
King
thousands
James.
of times.
King James did not understand the original Bible. That's why there's a King James version. He said, "Translate it for me." So that's what all that crap is. Let's learn about the Bible tonight, guys. You want to learn about this?
I
Yes,
still-
because there was one individual who got murdered. He got murdered by the Catholic. I gotta look up his name.
Constantine.
No.
It wasn't Constantine.
No,
Okay, go ahead.
it was a really abstract name, like
Okay.
the guy that you never heard. He was one of the first guys to write the Bible.
Okay.
So there was two guys, as noted as the first guy to write the Bible.
Mhm.
this one guy, and I got to look up his name. He wrote the Bible, and then the Catholic Church murdered his ass because he translated it into Muslim.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
So they murdered him, and they just got another guy, and they said, "You do it," because they like. On top of that, they burned every single copy that he made.
Oh.
So they got a second guy to come in and do it. And the second guy apparently got the credit for being the original guy who wrote the Bible.
Peter. Well, there's several writers of the Bible.
But that's one little tiny story out of many of
Right.
like one example is translated into original Hebrew.
Well, it started in Aramaic.
Ancient Hebrew.
Yeah.
The sense of
Aramaic.
The whole sense of like the world was made in 7 days. That's not true. Like if you retranslate it, it could have possibly been longer than that. There's just no word to occupy that space that translates. So like the closest thing we can get to it is like day. So it's like what they meant is it took like 80,000 years to make the world according to God, but it's like
7 days.
we've translated it in the shit so many different times that it came out in 7 days.
Yeah. So
And the telephone game.
and the Catholic Church is the one that at the one point started pulling out the books and doing this and back in the whatever century, 14th century, 15th century, or whatever. So that's the problem. Everybody wants to have faith in a higher power, and that's not the problem. The problem is taking these words of man and solidifying your life around something so hardcore it turns into harming or destructiveness towards others. That's the part I don't like. You want to believe and have faith in something. I love that. My grandma was 90 plus years old and loved God until the day she died. And she had more faith, lost two sons and husbands, every one of her brothers and sisters, all of them, and still had more faith than I've ever seen in any woman in the world. So faith is not an issue. It's when you start taking these things and blowing up.
Another one is
in the name of
another one is homosexuality.
Yeah, when you start hurting other people for parts that don't make any sense.
When I've asked about that before,
it's in the Old Testament.
Yeah, the story that they always use and go to is Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh,
and the reason why is because it's brought up.
Uh-huh.
That's the only reason why. But when you read the story as a whole, God was not pissed off that people were having gay sex in these cities. What it was is God was pissed off because they were doing it in excess. It was a story about sin and excess. Back in the day, those two cities used to be like the ancient version of Vegas.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to, because the whole thing was on top of that. Like he was just all like people were having there was pedophiles, there were people having gay sex, there was people having orgies, there was people bestiality, and it's one of those things where and it's one of those things where it's just all like,
do we have to hashtag that tonight?
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like because you guys did it so bad, did it so much in excess, God was just like, Jesus Christ, you animal.
If you it's really interesting if you actually read the Bible. There's so many crazy things. First of all, look for in the New Testament talking about homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Look for any spot where Jesus talks about homosexuality.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
That's another thing too. Is like everyone's always. Everyone always wants to talk about like, oh, this person's gay, so they're going to hell, and it's like, says who? Because according to your teachings, God's the one who makes that decision.
Because if you actually
follow, not God.
If you follow Jesus' word, okay, Jesus died on the cross, so to negate all the problems from the Old Testament, the only time homosexuality is mentioned is in the Old Testament, and if you read at the parts where it's mentioned in the Old Testament. Also around those verses are some pretty interesting verses. You know you can go to hell if you plant a seed too close to another seed. If you take a corn seed and plant it too close to another corn seed, you can go to hell. And that's very close to the verse where it talks about homosexuality. Look it up right now. I dare you. Because nobody will. Nobody talks about that shit because that's Old Testament. People just want to use the Bible to do against things that they don't understand or they don't like.
Besides the disciples, who was Jesus' friends? Who did Jesus hang out with?
Yeah, evil people, perverts,
whores, perverts,
gamblers,
homeless people, lepers, drug dealers, degenerates.
A couple have been to jail. He found what I think
because
Peter
those were the
did too.
people.
What if Jesus was just a cool guy?
He
Those
was
were the
cool guy.
people-
He was Big Lebowski.
Those were the people he was reaching out to.
Yeah, he was the ones that he was at the bottom. He was at the with the blind
Then these
people.
assholes will turn around and throw out a slogan campaign for their church called "What Would Jesus Do?" Then turn around
and shun
and
people.
throw rocks
Yeah.
at people
And
who
so
are
you
gay.
can't come to our church. I don't like what you're wearing. We're going to judge you. Ever walked into a Catholic church? Oh, the oddest thing in the world, man! It just feels weird. Everybody stares at you. And
I feel like it
judges
would be
I
weird
grew up
for me to
Baptist,
walk
and
into any
it is
church.
weird. I don't like
you.
it.
I don't like
Around
Catholic
here.
churches anyway.
Catholic churches. I feel like if I do something wrong, they're going to take me in the back and
So yeah, we could totally talk about more religious stuff on Wednesday. I'm all about it because I have no problem with faith. I hate religious persecution.
I don't think religion is going to be the subject topic on Wednesday.
It says in the Bible that no man shall sleep with another man, no woman shall lie with another woman. My dad was a preacher, only King James version. Right. It says that in the Old Testament. You're absolutely right. In fact,
that was supposed to be in response to the Sodom and Gomorrah thing.
yeah. In fact, if you read the actual Noah story, the Noah's in the ark, there was a point one of Noah's children looked upon his drunk, passed out father with favor, in which he saw his dad naked and wanted to have sex with him. Did you know?
Kinda gross.
Yeah, right.
So-
read the Bible, man.
So there are things in the Bible that, because we pull a lot of our history from the Bible, because there's stuff that's what they do is they used old Roman documents, because back in the day
That would make more
the
sense.
Romans used to document everything like we do today.
Mhm.
So they use that and compare that with the Bible. But there are things that are true, like King David was a real person.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of people who argue that King David never existed because there was no tomb site, there's no
Right here.
kingdom, there's no and then they found his tomb.
That dude went from nothing to something to nothing.
So Noah, that was a real thing.
Uh-huh.
So Gilgamesh, they actually found tablets where Gilgamesh reported a great flood.
Mhm.
Now, and they talk about this, the Great Flood. This was a real thing that happened back in the day, and I guess it happened like 200 years ago also, but like 2/3 of the Middle East flooded because of this giant flood and
Mhm.
rainstorm that came through and water levels rising and what have you not. So at the time, all the people who have all the written laws, written knowledge, and governments are in the Middle East, the Fertile Crescent,
Mhm.
one of the few theories of the birthplace of mankind. If this entire area floods, you, as a person who only knows the Middle East,
Mhm. Yeah.
that is the
The
known
world.
world.
Yeah. Flat Earth.
The world, yes, the world has flooded.
Mhm.
So then you go
Yeah.
back,
Translated as.
translated thousands of years later, we now actually believe that, God was so angry and pissed off that he actually flooded the
Yeah.
entire world all the way up to the Himalayas.
You know what they used to do with women on their period? They used to bury a hole or dig a hole in the backyard and make the woman stand in it and bleed until they were done. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell us you hate us. Tell us it all sucks. We're going to hashtag the Bible in here, and they're going to start out. We're going to be talking about Kobe and bestiality. It's going to be great. You guys are
Can you
fantastic.
imagine the actual people we're going to get off that?
Oh my gosh, this is going to be a crazy episode if anybody figures this one out. Tyler, Gina, you two are the shit. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe. We're going to try to come back Wednesday. You going to be here Wednesday? You can try to. I know it's your sleepy day, but we'd like to have you 2 times. See you next time, Tyler. We love it. DC will be here Wednesday.
Thank you guys.
I can
Thank
buy my
everybody.
car on Wednesday.
You got to buy a car?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, with your car. I might be able to help you if we can figure it out. But you guys are great. Thanks for being here. Do what we always do. And what is that? Remember, the only you need to be is you.
And never, never forget to live it fully every day.
See y'all on Wednesday. Did I say Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I said Wednesday. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Peace out, guys.